Sonic Jump, later renamed Sonic Jump Pro, is a mobile game developed by Hardlight. It was released in 2012 by Sega for mobile applications, and since the release, the game has had updates with new characters, zones and modes. It is the spiritual remake of the older mobile phone game with the same name. On March 2018, Sonic Jump became available online as a Facebook Messenger game. Dr. Eggman kidnaps animals, cages them in the prison unit of his Egg Mobile and flies with them high into the sky. When the chosen playable character witnesses the kidnapping, they decide to track down and stop the doctor to free the animals from their prisons. In each zone, Eggman is defeated by the respective character and he retreats, but not before capturing more animals. After Eggman's final defeat in Mechanical Zone, the Doctor is seen fleeing towards Cosmic Zone when something hits him and he crashes back on Earth. The chosen playable character is then reunited with all the animals. Like in the original Sonic Jump game, the goal is to get to the goal plate at the end of each act by jumping up from one platform to another. Like normally in Sonic games, collecting rings will protect the player from badniks or spikes. The only way the player can defeat badniks is to attack their underside. However, if the playable character falls off screen, the stage is restarted at the beginning of the act. Also, as the player bounces higher, the camera follows as well and does not scroll back down if the player does fall down. There are different types of platforms, as the more sensitive ones will collapse when the player jumps off or even step on them. Each playable character has their own abilities to survive from many situations. In addition to normal rings, the game has 3 collectible red star rings per act. The game has springs which bounce the player higher. There are also ring banks, which deposit the rings that the player has collected. With these rings, the player can purchase various items from the in-game store like characters, power-ups, or wallpapers. The player can also pay to purchase more rings or characters. The game has 2 modes, Story and Arcade. Story mode includes 48 levels, as each zone contains 12 acts and follows the game's plot. The Story mode has also 3 bonus missions per act. The Arcade mode is an infinite challenge, which only ends when the player falls or dies by hitting a badnik or spikes. The player can challenge other players in Arcade mode to get the highest score on the leaderboards. It was announced that the game would have free updates, including more playable characters and zones. Arcade mode contains endless versions of the various zones which only end when the player falls or dies by hitting badniks or other hazards without holding rings. The player can challenge other players in Arcade mode to get the highest score on the leaderboards. Once a zone is unlocked in Story mode, it also becomes available in Arcade mode. Each zone comes with a preset leaderboard, consisting of height records from both playable and unreleased characters for the player to surpass. The preset leaderboards are the same for every zone in the game. On iOS, the game sold over 8.8 million paid downloads in North America and Europe as of March 2013. Reception for Sonic Jump has been mostly positive, scoring 77% from Metacritic based on 13 reviews. The game also scored an average 4/5 star rating on the App Store.